Anthony Joshua was not supposed to make it out of that car crash. That car crash was absolutely done to end his life.
They're literally on their way to death. They're on their way to death.
They have no idea.
They're on their way to die. They don't even know that death is coming to them.
And it's written.
They're literally on their own. They're going to death.
So there's an update in the car crash that left Anthony Joshua, the boxer, and his driver injured, and unfortunately claimed the lives of his two friends. The local authorities have announced that the driver is facing several charges, all related to reckless driving, and one charge that includes driving without a valid license.
And they ran into that vehicle, which was definitely because of the overspeeding. I didn't been doing no overspeeding, probably that wouldn't have been that.
So after weeks of silence, the Nigerian government finally comes forward and drops the details about what really happened with Anthony Joshua's crash. And let me tell you, once you hear what they revealed, this whole thing starts looking way more sinister than anyone thought. Because those rumors you've been hearing, the ones about someone actually trying to take Anthony out, yeah, they might not be rumors anymore. There's allegedly evidence now. And the craziest part is that Anthony reportedly moved from the front seat to the back, just minutes before everything went down. Stick with me because we're about to break down every single detail of this story. And trust me, it gets wild. Let's rewind to December 29, 2025. Anthony and his boys are cruising down the Lagoside-Badan Expressway in a Lexus SUV. Everything seems normal, right? But then, out of nowhere, they slam into a truck that's just sitting there on the side of the road. Anthony walks away with minor injuries. Locals pull him out. He's shaken up, but he's alive. His friends, Sinagami and Latif Iya, they didn't make it. 2 lives gone in an instant. Now at first, everybody's thinking this is just a tragic accident. Wrong place, wrong time. You know. But then the investigation starts peeling back layers, and suddenly details start coming out that nobody knew about before. And that's when people started asking questions. That's when things stopped adding up. The driver, a guy named Kayode, he becomes the center of attention real quick. Authorities hit him with a whole list of charges. We're talking causing death by dangerous driving, reckless and negligent driving, driving without due care and attention, and get this, driving without a valid license. They grant him bail, but he's still sitting in custody. And now the public's looking at this thinking, okay, something's definitely not right here. This is starting to smell like foul play. But here's where things get absolutely crazy. Kayode's lawyer drops a bombshell that changes everything. Anthony switched seats right before the crash happened. He was sitting up front, then moved to the back. And the person who took his spot in the front seat, Latif, the same Latif who didn't survive. So now people are saying if this was a hit, if someone was really trying to get to Anthony, the plan failed because he wasn't where he was supposed to be. If he'd stayed in that front seat, we might be telling a very different story right now. And when you look at the car after the crash, it all makes sense in the most horrifying way. The front of that Lexus was completely annihilated. I'm talking totaled, demolished, unrecognizable. But the back, barely touched. And somehow, the driver walked away from that. People are calling it a miracle because under normal circumstances, there's no way he should have survived that impact. So the lawyer comes out with an official statement. Driver pleads not guilty, says the whole thing was an accident, claims the brakes gave out. Here's how it supposedly went down. They start the trip in Lagos. Anthony's chilling in the front passenger seat, but then the driver asks him to move because Anthony's a big dude, and he's blocking the wing mirror. So Anthony slides to the back, sits right behind the driver, and Latif ends up in front. That's the official version, but people aren't buying the brake failure story. Not even a little bit. The conspiracy theories are flying, and they're saying Anthony must have upset some seriously powerful people. And when did he do that? During the Jake Paul fight. Word on the street is he went off script, didn't follow the plan, and now he's paying the price.
Anthony Joshua was not supposed to make it out of that car crash. That car crash was absolutely done to end his life. That was deliberately done. But when things like that are deliberately done, there have to be other people involved, other casualties involved to make it look like an accident. That wasn't no damn accident. Now, I personally don't feel like Jake Paul had anything to do with it because I feel like this whole thing is bigger than him. It's higher than him. You know what I'm saying? But of course, that's always a possibility. He could have something to do with it. That's possible. But I personally feel like it was the elites, specifically the elites that bet on that boxing match because Anthony Joshua was also not supposed to win that boxing match. Jake Paul was. Anthony Joshua is doing a lot of things that Anthony Joshua should not be doing. So there are attacks on his life right now because he is going against the grain. Anthony Joshua is not falling in line and listening the way he is supposed to. So they are trying to kill him. They being, y'all know. Another thing, I recently ended up on CIA Talk, don't know how, but I've been watching interviews of members of the CIA telling us the things that they can tell us, right? One of the interviews that I watched, this man, I kid y'all not, this man says that the CIA has the capability of hacking your car. They have the technology to hack your car and make you drive into a tree, make you drive off the road, make you drive into the ocean, make you drive into another car, make you unalive yourself. Sit with that.
And y'all, this is where it gets even weirder, because people are drawing comparisons to Kobe Bryant. Remember, when Kobe died in that helicopter crash, there are people out here claiming that helicopter was tampered with. They point out that Kobe had just won a massive lawsuit against a pharmaceutical company a few months before he died. And now they're wondering if the same type of thing happened to Anthony. Then someone dug up this old podcast interview with Bishop Larry Gators, and it went absolutely viral. He's talking about this alleged Hollywood cult called Black Bull. Claims it's got members like LeBron James, Oprah, Bill Cosby, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Barack Obama, even Martin Luther King Jr., and he says LeBron replaced Kobe in this organization. Now people are connecting dots, saying Anthony and Kobe were part of the same circle.
The Boule Sicker Society is a Black Skulls and Bones organization. Why was Kobe Bryant a target? Kobe Bryant Luciferian Project completed what I believe one of the greatest global cover-ups in history. But we have to see this for what it is concerning the assassination of Kobe Bryant. And one name keeps popping up. And it sounds like a Hollywood conspiracy movie, but the Boules are vicious. Now you got this counterfeit like LeBron James, who has that Boule logo tattooed on his chest. LeBron James has that Boule tattooed on his chest.
What's the tattoo?
Yeah,
what
the
is it?
Boule tattoo.
But wait, there's more. Screenshots and receipts start floating around, allegedly linking Anthony to the Freemasons. And if you know anything about Freemasons, you know the number 33 is huge for them. So people started counting, and baby, the coincidences are insane. The number 33 supposedly appeared during the Jake Paul fight. Freemasons wear rings with 33 on them. 33 million people watched that fight on Netflix. Anthony got taxed 33 million pounds. And get this, it was his 33rd professional fight. At this point, people are saying there's no way all of that is random chance. No way. Meanwhile, the driver's family is speaking out. His 19-year-old son goes public and basically says, the police are using the speeding narrative to cover up what really happened. He vouches for his dad, says he'd been driving for Anthony for 3 whole years, says his father's not reckless, never has been. According to the son, his dad pressed that brake pedal and nothing happened. The brakes were gone. He tried to swerve out of the way, but still hit the truck. And he confirms what the lawyer said. Anthony was definitely sitting in front when they started that drive. So let's be real about what we're looking at here. This case is sketchy as hell. Something shady absolutely happened that day, whether it was mechanical failure or something way more sinister. Anthony survived when he might have been the actual target, but 2 of his friends are gone, and he's probably gonna carry that weight, that survivor's guilt, for the rest of his life. The internet's got theories for days. Some people think he got punished for not sticking to the script during the fight. Others think he embarrassed Jake Paul and someone didn't appreciate that. Then there's the betting angle. People losing serious money because Anthony won when he wasn't supposed to. Every direction you look, there's another possible motive, so I'm throwing it to you. What do you think really happened with this crash? Was this a planned attack that went wrong, or are we all just connecting dots that don't actually form a picture? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I need to know what y'all are thinking. And if you want more on this whole situation, click that video right there, because we're just getting started.